Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Paul, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about what I think, and probably what most of the Call of Duty community thinks, is the most controversial gun in Black Ops 3, and maybe even Call of Duty altogether. And it's pretty obvious. It's been obvious now for a week and a half. It's even more obvious because it's on the screen right now. It is the Vesper. It's the gun everybody has a love-hate relationship with. And this gun has everybody in Black Ops 3 looking like a hypocrite. Because you love the Vesper when you use it, because it absolutely just rips people apart. But when you're 100 off Raps or 100 off Hater, and you see that guy around the corner, you press L2 or L1, whatever you use, circle, square, triangle, box, O, rectangular, I don't know what button you're using to aim. But then you look at him, right? You look at him, right? And then, there it is. It's the Vesper. You're dead. And then you're like, WTF. This gun is unfair. It's OP. A couple months ago, nobody was using it. Why is it crazy good again? I mean, how the Vesper is right now was pretty much how it was when Black Ops 3 first came out. It was just an absolute melt machine. But then, all of you guys know how the Call of Duty community is. A gun is a little bit too good at first. Everybody started bitching and moaning and bitched so much to Vandahar and Treyarch that they just said, hey, let's make the gun a paperweight. And that's exactly what they did. And if you were in a game and you saw somebody using the Vesper when it got nerfed, you question whether or not that person had some mental health problems, because that gun was so babootskis, it was trash. I mean, let's be honest here. You were better off just taking the Vesper with no ammo when it was nerfed, and getting within striking distance of an opponent and just taking that gun and just throwing it at them and just hoping that maybe the blunt force of the metal would just maybe knock them out and you could like finish them off with a fist. I mean, that's really what you were looking at when using the nerfed Vesper. And for those of you who never actually played with this gun or saw gameplay of the Vesper when it was in its nerf period, the best way I could describe how this gun was if somebody took a rocket and just duct taped it to the bottom of the Vesper that you were using, and when you saw an enemy and you went to go pull the trigger, it just launched. Like, I mean, it would just straight up launch into the air. The only way to play with this gun when it was nerfed was just aim at the ground, shoot, and hopefully your bullets would eventually rise up and just kill the guy. It was that bad. So I'm guessing all of you guys know what happened next. It gets a buff, and that happened I think about a week and a half ago of me making this video. And at first when I read it, it gave me mixed emotions. I was both happy and kind of like annoyed and disappointed at first when I heard about it. I was happy about the Vesper being back because before it got nerfed, it was a gun that I used a decent amount. It wasn't my favorite SMG, but I knew that it could melt, and that's what made it fun to use. But it made me sad at the same time because I now remember that I'm gonna die and get shredded a lot more frequently than I am used to the past few months while it was in its nerf period. So this got me thinking about all the other Call of Duties and all the other guns that were in those Call of Duties, and I was just trying to think, has there ever been a situation where a gun was so good in Call of Duty that it got nerfed, but it got nerfed to the point where it was so bad that it needed to be buffed again? And I think that's what the big controversy is here. I think people were like so used to the Vesper being nerfed and it being shit that now that it's back and good again, people are like, yo, just ban the gun. Get it out of the game. Like, I could be wrong, but I don't think that's ever happened in a Call of Duty before. I just don't think it is. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I would love to know if this has ever happened before. And you know what? I think it is very dumb for people to just sit there and say, hey, let's just remove the gun from Black Ops 3. Let's just ban it. Let's just get rid of it so we don't have to deal with it anymore. God, it's so controversial. No, I think that's dumb. I think that is the wrong way to go about handling this situation. I think what Treyarch needs to do is they need to sit down and say, hey, how can we make this gun balanced with all the other SMGs, but, you know, still be good for people to use? And I think one way you go about that is, let's say we decrease the initial fire rate on the Vesper, or do something like decreasing its initial fire rate, but let it work up to its max fire rate, so it's not an insta-kill at close range. But on the other hand, what gets me is that Treyarch just can't seem to get the Vesper right no matter what they do. It seems like they could patch or nerf every other gun in the game and they'll probably do a pretty good job with it, but to me it looks like the Vesper is just going to remain an unsolved mystery for the rest of Black Ops 3. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comment section. Do you guys think the Vesper is the most controversial gun in Call of Duty history? But, as always, I'm going to cut off the commentary and let you guys enjoy the rest of this gameplay. If you at all enjoyed any part of this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more great content. Peace.
Looking good. Continue on mission.